welcome back to another episode of Rachel's Page Turners. Today I'm going to be doing my ISATRAT, yes, that's the hashtag, reading wrap up. For those who don't know, ISATRAT is I Suck at Readathon's readathon. I was one of the co-hosts on Twitter, and that was such an interesting and fun experience. I've never co-hosted before, and I had a great time doing it. The readathon was created by Sam over at Sam's Nonsense, and there were 5 challenges. I don't know what the order is offhand, but I do know the challenges. Read a graphic novel, read the smallest book on your shelf, finish one book, read for 10 pages a day, read for at least 20 minutes a day. And I completed all of them. And it was really interesting that I completed all of the challenges with only these little two reads. Like I said in my TBR video, I wasn't sure I was actually going to get much reading done because it was really busy week for me. And the first challenge I was able to complete is read the smallest book on your shelf. And I read this, The Fairy Handbag. It's a little short story that I got from last year's Boston Teen Author Festival. It's a little project that they like to do for the Boston Book Festival in October. I read this and I really wanted to like it. I hated this. I rated this 1 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And I guess the general story is this. This woman is trying to find her grandmother's handbag, and growing up her grandmother told all these awesome stories about the handbag, how the handbag is actually a fairy handbag, and how there was actually a community living inside of it. And I guess when when the grandmother passed, the bag somehow disappeared, either at a trunk sale or whatever. And the woman is trying to find the handbag, and she's just, I guess, reminiscing about all the stories the grandmother told. I liked the premise of the story. I didn't like the execution of it. She kept bouncing back and forth, and the entire time I'm thinking the story is from a 5-year-old's perspective, because that's how the story was written. It's a woman just thinking back on her grandmother, and I was just confused some of the time. There's a line in here, and I can't find it, but the general statement was, oh, it's hard to keep track of stories. No, it's not. No, it's not. I didn't enjoy reading this at all. And the next and the last thing I read for this readathon is Strong Female Protagonist, written by, I always forget, Brennan Lee Mulligan, and it was illustrated by Molly Ostertag. And the premise is kind of cool. This actually started as a webcomic, and I'll leave the link to it down in the description box below. It's a free webcomic, so if you want to start reading it, you can. Basically, this woman right here is a superhero, Mega Girl, and she's a young woman, and she decides to take off her mask and live a normal life. She actually does a Tony Stark and unmask herself, identifies herself on live television. And so she's trying to live a normal life. She decides that she doesn't want to be a superhero. She wants to go to college, she wants to do this, she wants to do that. And it provides an excellent commentary on the morals / ethics, ooh, don't go space, of vigilantism. And there's even a bit of a subplot in what it means to be an evil villain. She's friends with someone who used to be a supervillain, and now he's not anymore. But as much as the premise was very cool, there's this little bit, as you can see here. Can you see here? See this line of text right there? It's comments from the author on every single page. And at first I thought it was cool. I thought it was very funny. And as it progressed, it felt like someone is sitting right here as I'm trying to read their work. So, how do you like it? Oh, how about this? Oh, how about that? A few times, the comment was warranted, but a lot of times it's back off. Let me read your book. So I didn't really like that. And there's this random panel. In regards, the art style was fine. I enjoyed it, but there was this one panel where it flashes back to Mega Girl's I guess origin story, where the news person is talking about how all these people are becoming like superhumans, and she's sitting in the living room with her parents listening to this broadcast, and then out of nowhere, it's her parents, and this random girl. Like, she wasn't introduced to the scene, and I was like, who the heck are you? And then out of nowhere, out of that panel, she just disappears, and it wasn't until like a good chapter later I find out, like, oh, Mega Girl has a sister. And that just one little panel was so jarring to me. But other than that, I really liked it. And so I can't remember if I rated 3 out of 5 stars or 3.5 stars. I want to say I rated this 3.5 stars. I like this enough to where I'll go to the link that I'm listing below, and I'm going to continue on with the story. There's this subplot happening with the supervillain that I'm like, oh, how is this gonna wrap up? So that's all I have to talk about for this video. This was a nice, quick little wrap-up video for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you've read either of the 2 books that I talked about today, or if you participated in I Suck at Readathons. Readathon. And also let me know if there's any like other readathons coming up. I would, of course, love to hear about it and try to, you know, participate myself. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!